So it turns out that, as expected, Drake is still super salty at Rihanna for dumping him all those years ago, because he is absolutely enjoying the legal drama that's going on with her baby daddy A$AP Rocky. Now, you think that Drake would be more focused on his ongoing lawsuit with and the fact that Kendrick Lamar is going to call him an alleged PDF file at the Super Bowl in a couple of weeks. But it looks like Drake still has time to clown Rihanna and A$AP Rocky. But everybody knows that Drake is still obsessed with Rihanna, and looks like he is enjoying the thought that Rocky might be going to prison for a long time. Insiders are saying that he might be planning to make a move on Rihanna again. And y'all already know that this situation is about to be chaotic, so let's break it down now. One thing about Mr. Drag is he's always going to throw shade at Brianna, no matter what he keeps coming for her in his songs, like the song Fear of Heights, because the fans believe that he dissed Rihanna in that song, and the way that he did it was real nasty. The part that really had people going was when he said, "Why they make it sound like I'm still hung up on you, that could never be, y'all can't run me, better him than me, better, it's not me, I'm ATI, yeah, the intimacy was average with you, yeah, I'm anti, cause I had it with you," and it looks like he always is throwing shots at A$AP for being too blinded by love for Rihanna. He says, "Yeah, I'm anti like your daddy sister, anti like a family picture, and I have made better beast than you, TVH, yeah, that man, he's still with you, he can't leave you, y'all go on vacation, and still in." And it's been years since the situation between Drake and Rihanna fizzled out, or situationship, or friends with benefits, who even knows? But homeboy is still out here throwing shade. Meanwhile, Rihanna has only moved on, built an entire company, and an entirely new chapter of her life. This is out here thriving as a billionaire business mogul, and a mother of two, yeah. Drake still is stuck. Let's be real for a millisecond. Though Drake's feelings for Rihanna have always been loud and clear, this man has been caught up in his feelings for ages. But back when they first started hanging out, Rihanna was reportedly all about keeping things light. She wanted to stay friends and keep things drama-free, even as they made hit after hit together. Now, instead of healing and focusing on his own glow-up, it looks like Drake is still low-key bitter that Ree didn't feel the same way he did. It's kind of wild when you think about it, though, because years have passed, and he's still acting impressed while Rihanna is too busy living her best life. But Drake's crush on Rihanna wasn't exactly a secret either. It was practically a personality trait at one point. Like, everybody knew that he was head over heels for her for a while. People were even speculating that maybe, just maybe, he may have worked his way out the friend zone. He wore her down. But then they actually did start dating not long after the VMOS curve. And I'm not even going to lie, they made a super cute couple. Their chemistry was undeniable, and it was feeling like they finally gave the fans what they've been waiting for with that work, because the relationship was still low-key, though they weren't out here doing the most or being all over social media, which honestly made it feel more real. But before we could even fully enjoy them as a duo, the next thing we knew, rumors were scrolling. They had called the quits. Since they were so private to begin with, there wasn't much tea about the breakup, just a whole lot of speculation. But what we did find out, though, was that Drake messed up. Like, he messed up big bad, because Rihanna didn't just confirm the breakup. She also revealed that they weren't even friends anymore. And if there's one thing about Miss Riri, when she's done with you. She's done with you, but in the interview, she did say, "We don't have a friendship now, but we're not enemies either," she told Vogue, which reported that she winced at the artist's name before her eyes glazed over with cool indifference. It is what it is. Well, Drake himself eventually spilled the tea on this album, Certified Lover Boy, on the song Effing Fans. He said, "You said I was effing up when I was out her effing fans, and it made you look crazy." Well, fans immediately got what he was trying to say, and he got dragged so hard for cheating on Riri after he had spent years trying to get her to give him a chance. Well, Drake has even admitted that the breakup was all on him in his own words. He was the one who couldn't get it together, despite Rihanna giving him multiple chances to fix things. And yet here he is still talking about her after 5 years. It's give very much obsessed, and I can't move on. Listen, sir. It's time to let it go, but honestly, can you blame him for being impressed? Ran has been thriving since their split. Sure, we're all still waiting on the new album she's been teasing us with for years. But in the meantime, S has been making power moves. She launched her Fenty brand, redefined the beauty and fashion industry, and casually became a billionaire. But let's not ignore the part that probably stings the most for Drake. Rihanna's new relationship with A$AP Rocky. While she's kept things kind of low-key and private with Drake, her love for A$AP has been all out in the open for all to see. These two are giving us the real couple goals. And Rihanna is loving him extra hard, from red carpet appearances to family moments with their kids. They've been flaunting their love, and you can tell she's genuinely happy, which genuinely seems to get under Drake's skin, because Rihanna truly is the one who got away. This explains why Drake seems to be truly enjoying the situation, and the speculation that Rocky might be headed to jail for a long time. In case y'all somehow missed the situation, Bry's baby daddy is facing some assault charges stemming from a 2021 incident where he pulled a weapon on one of his former friends. A$AP Rocky's current legal troubles trace back to an incident from November 2021 that escalated wildly. The clash involved Rocky and a Sapelli, former close associate with A$AP mob crew. The former title isn't just for show, as their bond seems to have shattered that night. The exact spark for their dispute remains unclear. But what's certain is that things quickly went south. Words turned to fist. And just when it seemed like the situation couldn't get worse, Rocky allegedly used the ante by pulling out a firearm. Shots were fired. Multiple, in fact, all while Ari avoided severe harm. He wasn't completely unscathed, though suffering minor injuries from being grazed by bullets. Though Ari managed to walk away, the consequences of the heated moment have now caught up with Rocky in a big way, and here's where the plot thickens. Ray's legal team insists that the drama didn't just pop off that night. It had been brewing for a while. They claimed Rocky and Ari had unresolved issues that came to a head during the incident. According to Ray's lawyers, Rocky allegedly set the whole thing up, convincing Ari to meet with him at a remote spot under the pretense of hashing things out. But instead of squashing the beef, the meeting spiraled into chaos. Lely's lawyers wrote, unbeknownst to Mr. Efron A$AP, Rocky was not just planning for a conversation and came armed with a semi-automatic. After arriving at the location, a conversation ensued whereby, with a provocation warning or any justification, A$AP Rocky produced the handgun and intentionally fired multiple shots at Mr. Efron. Well, the claim of premeditation takes this case to another level entirely. If prosecutors can prove that Rocky deliberately orchestrated the confrontation with Riley, it could significantly complicate his defense. But what might have seemed like a heated, impulsive moment could now be painted as a calculated act with an alleged video evidence in the mix. Things aren't looking promising for our Rocky. Well, the situation hit its peak April 2022, and the drama finally caught up with them because Rocky was arrested at lax after months of investigation into the 2021 shooting incident. The timing couldn't have been more inconvenient. Law enforcement chose to make their move just as he and Rihanna were returning to the US, adding another layer of public scrutiny to an already messy saga. Well, the couple had just wrapped up relaxing on vacation in Barbados, soaking in the sun before the big arrival of their first child. While Rihanna, 8 months pregnant, was probably feeling all the joy and excitement that comes with expecting, especially with the buzz of becoming a new mom. But then the moment their plane landed, that blissful mood came crashing down. As soon as they touched, the police were waiting for them, and there was no hesitation. They arrested Rocky right there on the tarmac, leaving Rihanna to process the chaos. I can't even imagine what must have been running through her head, pregnant, exposed, and completely blindsided by this dramatic turn. The image of standing there watching her partner get CED away by cops is heartbreaking enough, and when you factor in the stress and emotional weight that she must have been feeling at that moment, is a lot to take in. Well, the decision to arrest Rocky in such a public and dramatic way sparked a lot of debate. some defended law enforcement's actions, arguing it was a strategic move to make sure he couldn't dodge arrest or slip away. But others felt like it was completely unnecessary to turn the situation into such a spectacle, especially given Rihanna's heavily pregnant state at the time. Now for Rihanna, the tattoo to be a complete nightmare, though she was trying to soak up the final weeks of her pregnancy while gearing up for the arrival of her baby. And instead, she was thrusted into the middle of a media circus. The emotional strain must have been overwhelming, so not just for her, though, but for her relationship and the family. Their building that arrest wasn't just another legal issue for Rocky. It became a deeply personal crisis that affected both of them in ways that were far beyond the courtroom. Then the LAPD released a statement about the situation, saying the Los Angeles Police Department's Robbery H-Side Division detectives have made an arrest in the connection with the shooting that occurred in the Hollywood area in November of 2021. On November 6, 2021, around 10:15 p.m., an argument between two acquaintances occurred in the area of Selma Avenue and Argo Avenue in the Hollywood area. The argument escalated and resulted in the suspect firing a handgun at the victim, sustained a minor injury from the incident, and later sought his medical excitement. Following the shooting, the suspect and the two additional males fled the area on foot. They continue. Detectives worked diligently to investigate and corroborate the reporting information, which helped identify the suspects involved. The suspect has been identified as 33-year-old Rakeem Mayers, a Los Angeles resident, also known as music artist A$AP Rocky. Early this morning, LAPD officers arrested Mayers for assault with a deadly weapon firearm at the Los Angeles International Airport. This case was presented to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office for filing consideration, y'all. So after that jaw-dropping arrested A$AP Rocky didn't spend long behind bars either. He quickly posted that $550,000 bail and was out within hours, back home and free for the moment. But while he might have dodged jail at the time in the short term, the steep bail was just the beginning of what would become an ongoing legal nightmare. By August 2022, the case officially hit the courtroom, and Rocky pleaded not guilty to the charges. However, the journey since then has been far from smooth. The updates have been rolling in fast, and they paint a picture of a case that's anything but clear-cut. And if things don't make a drastic turn, it's starting to look like Rocky might be facing some serious jail time down the road. But one more jaw-dropping twist in this whole saga involves A$AP Rocky, and its not-so-subtle attempt to settle the case, according to reports, really was open to resolving things outside of court. But with the price tag so high, he definitely raised eyebrows where it really wasn't. Just after compensation, he was aiming for a serious payday. And who did he think would put the bail? None other than Rocky's billionaire girlfriend. Rihanna apparently really believed that Rihanna's massive wealth and her obvious devotion to Rocky, she'd step in to write a check to make the whole thing go away. But Riri wasn't having none of that. She saw right with the attempt to shake them down and refuse to pay up. Her response was crystal clear. She wasn't about to be manipulated into bailing out Rocky. With settlement talks off the table, the case is now heading to trial in just a few days, and things are about to get intense. A$AP Rocky is racing for a major courtroom showdown, and the stakes are high. If convicted, he could be looking at some serious consequences, including a lengthy prison sentence. While it's clear Rihanna is still standing by Rocky, she's also made it clear that she's not about to let anybody take advantage of her financial resources. Her refusal to pay Ray's outrageous demands sends a strong message. She's not here for anybody trying to exploit her coin, no matter the pressure. But as the draw approaches, it's obvious this chapter of their lives isn't wrapped up currently. According to the immediate takeout, Rihanna wasn't about to let that be next to her name, even if it means her baby's father, A$AP Rocky, is going to prison for the next decade. And y'all, the prosecution's got Rocky in a serious bind because there's actual video evidence of him pulling the weapon on Melly. Even though Melly tried to bounce and get away from him, that footage could really steal his fate, making it look like he's got no escape from the charges. Things are not looking good for Rocky right now. While there's allegedly a clear video of Sawi actually pulling the trigger, there's footage tied to the incident And that's not doing him any favors. The judge has ruled that the video can be used as evidence in the trial, which could really sway the jury's perspective on things. On top of that, ESIT really is sticking to his guns, testifying that Rocky shot him, making it sound like a deliberate move, not an accident. And really side is going hard, pushing the narrative that this wasn't some heated moment gone wrong, but a calculated act. While the video evidence really testimony on the table, Rocky's got an uphill fight ahead of him, two serious chargers out of, with a firearm on the line. And things are looking pretty grim for him. Right now, let's be real, a second 4-millisecond assault with a firearm isn't a light charge. Is convicted, Rocky could be staring down 220. 4 years behind bars, depending on everything plays out with the evidence stacked up against Ray's testimony. Line up against him is clear. Rocky and his legal team have a serious uphill battle. But as things stand, unless something major shifts like game-changing evidence or some miraculous courtroom move, Rocky's chances of dodging and conviction look slim. It's high stakes, not just for him, but for Rihanna and their family, who are now facing the real possibility of their future being tainted by legal battles and the threat of jail time. Because back in November, during a preliminary hearing where the testimonies were heard and surveillance footage was shown, a judge-in-law ruled that there was enough evidence to move forward with the trial. It's all set up for a major courtroom showdown, and it is not looking good, and apparently Drake is enjoying every single moment of this. I mean, sure, his mess with Crick Lamar is still there in the background, but let's just say misery loves company, and he is enjoying watching Rihanna go through this mess. It's almost like a punishment for her leaving him, and he's just going to enjoy Rocky going to prison. But if that's not messy enough, fans are now speculating that Drake might be making plans and moves to get ran once again. If Rocky goes to prison, this wouldn't be surprising though, because like I said, Rihanna has always been the one that got away for Drake, and he's been obsessed for years. So we'll just keep an eye on this situation and see how it plays out. But in the meantime, I got to know how y'all feel about this. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and then check out this next video.